All right, guys, let's continue. Thank you so much for making it up to this far. Now we are getting into the development section of the course. Now we are going to create a Next.js application. I am inside a folder which is Udemy. Feel free to create a folder of your choice with the name. So now if you are here on Visual Studio Code and you want to run a terminal, you can just come here on view, and then let's just click here. My apology about that, not on view. You can just click here. Here is terminal, and you can click here new terminal. Or the easy way is just to go here, okay, and drag this up, and then you are going to see a terminal. So what we can do here, you can type this command npx space create dash next dash app and then at latest. Okay, so this command creates a Next.js application. Okay, so obviously we are going to wait for this, and we might be asked some few questions, and then from then we will be good to go. So feel free. This is the simplest step ever. There's nothing complicated. There is no too much configuration. We just have to wait for this to finish. Obviously, I started with Visual Studio Code already installed, so I might as well show you where to go if you might want to install Visual Studio Code. In fact, also you can use any code editor of your choice. So in my case, I'm using Visual Studio Code, so you can just come here and download Visual Studio Code for Windows in case you are using Windows like me. Okay, we are using Next.js. Okay, feel free to visit this documentation for Next.js. Okay, so you can come here and then click docs, and then from then here is the documentation for Next.js. It's very important that you know how to check information from the documentation because it's very useful. It's current. It gives you the latest details and features about the framework that you are using. Okay, since we are going to deploy this on Vessel is the company that created Next.js, so it makes it easier for you to some sort of publish your applications online. So we are going to use Vessels as well, so you might as well come here and create a free account. Okay, I'm also using a free account. So also we are going to put our code on GitHub. Okay, so you might as well create a GitHub account. So there will be some connection between these entities. Okay, I'm going to teach you that. So now let's just go straight to jump back to the code and see if maybe it's not asking us some question. As you can see, guys, we just have to type y here. Okay, and then from then it's going to ask us the name of the app. Okay, and then the name of the app is going to be furniture, like this. Okay, are we going to use TypeScript? Let me just move this up. Okay, are we going to use TypeScript? Yes. Okay, ESLint, yes. Tailwind CSS, yes. SRC directory, no. Okay, app router, yes. Default alias, let's just say no. And that is it, guys. So as you can see, now this folder has been created. Okay, now Next.js is busy initializing our project, and I think that's about it. So while it's still busy, let me continue with what I was explaining. So we are going to some sort of use these services. Okay, we are going to use GitHub, we're going to use Vessel, and we're going to use Next.js. So we will need a way to get these to work together because they can work together. So locally, in terms of Visual Studio Code, the one that I've showed you, we are working locally on my machine. You are going to also work on your machine. We are going to push this code to GitHub. Okay, after we are done pushing it to GitHub, we are going to come here to Vessel. We are going to create a project, and we are going to link that project with the GitHub. In fact, we are going to import it or pull it from GitHub. I hope you get what I'm trying to say. It's locally on your machine. Your code is on your machine on VS Code. You are going to push it to GitHub. That means now it's online. And on Vercel, you are going to pull it from GitHub. And that is it. So that will be some sort of a link or some sort of this chain, okay, of different services. We are going to pull it from GitHub and it's going to be online, okay. And then we are going to use Next.js for as a framework, and we are going to use Tailwind CSS, okay. Just come here and we are going to use Tailwind CSS for styling. Obviously there is a lot of what can I say, tech that we are going to use, including React hook form, React query. It's a lot, but here I'm just giving you an idea of how we are going to do it. So what is expected of you to do? You need to create your own Vercel account, okay. And also I think there might be a need for you to link your Vercel to Visual Studio Code on your computer. And also you need to create your own GitHub account, and you need to link your Visual Studio Code with your GitHub so that you can just push some projects to it, okay. That one I'm expecting it to do it for me. And what else? I think that's all. Let's just go back to the project and see. It looks like the project has been created successfully, as you can see. Now, what is very important is to always look at this, let's say, path, okay? Path. So, the system, Visual Studio Code, is assuming that you are inside this path, which is Udemy. Our project is not here. So if we can try to run next command here, we are going to face a problem because we are not inside the project. So before you run a command, please check where I am in terms of the system path or the terminal path. So what does this mean? This means that we have to be inside here. So what I usually do, I always open my project and I will just right click on any file and reveal in Explorer in Visual Studio Code. Okay, so this is showing on a different screen. Let me just put it here so that you can also see it. So as you can see, it's taking me directly to this location. So I will copy this path, and then I'm going to take it back to another screen, and then from then I'm going to come back here and open a folder, and then I'm going to paste the path as it is. As you can see, now I'm inside here, and then I can select this folder. So if I might want to run some command on my project, I must be in this folder in order for those commands to run. So let's just quickly check the terminal. As you can see now, the last folder here is furniture, okay, which is our application, okay. So meaning that we are ready to run this to see how it looks like. Let's just type here npm run dev, okay. So this will run, okay. So obviously, as you can see in my terminal, okay, there might be some things that you will see here, okay, which might not appear on your own code. Please don't mind about those things, like these console ninja and all those things, okay. Please don't mind about those, okay. So as you can see, now the server, it's running at localhost 3000. Let me just visit that localhost 3000 and see what am I going to see. Localhost 3000, okay. It's very important while you are trying to run there to always come here and check, okay. This information is very important. Check here. While you are hitting this URL, this is what is going on. Okay, Next.js is compiling your project, some sort of checking it, okay. And then after that, it's going to get to that route, okay. As you can see, after compiling everything, all the modules, now it has hit the get, okay. When you hit this URL or any URL like this, a get it's not a get command, it's a get request, okay. It's being triggered or on the server, or it's being sent on the server. That's why we've got get here, okay. So now if it says 200, that means this server has served the page, okay. So that means our page is ready. So let's go back here and check, guys. As you can see, now this is ready. Okay, so what we want to do now, let's just type / here, and let's just type user. Okay, or maybe let's just type dashboard. Okay, this route doesn't exist. Okay, so why am I doing this? I want you to form a relationship between the front end execution, the path or the routes, as you are creating your own application. I might as well put these side by side. Let's see if I can do that. Okay, that will come handy, or it will help you to really understand what's going on, to understand Next.js on a, I'm not sure, on a deeper level, and understand what's going on. Okay, so as you can see, guys, okay, since I have hit this, okay, since I have hit this, okay, it's showing 404 because the page is not there. Check here, guys. So it has executed a get request on this route, okay, which doesn't exist, and here is some sort of a status code that 404 doesn't exist. So I want you to form a relationship between what is going on here and your terminal. Why, Matthew? Okay, some packages, okay, that we are going to use, okay, they always log some errors here, okay, on the server, okay, errors here, or they log this on the client. So it's very important to always look at what's going on here, because Vercel might log an error here for us to look at and solve the problem. So if we are ignorant, or we don't check this, and we don't form a relationship between what's going on the server and this, meaning that what's going on the client side on our front end and what's going on here, we might miss some important details. This will be more important as we continue with the course, when we get into server-side rendering and some sort of static routes and everything, which is then core concepts of Next.js. Okay, so for now, always check here. Okay, as you can see here, check here, there is this 0 here, this symbol which is 0. I am going to explain more about it when the time is right, so that you can understand it. For now, I don't want to confuse you with a lot of things. Okay, so as you can see, guys, we have managed to some sort of run our build. Okay, as you can see, we are running our project. Okay, so now before we end this tutorial, we are just going to clean this, okay, so that it can be an empty project. So how are we going to do that? It's simple. We can go here to app, and we can go here to pages, and in this pages we are going to highlight everything and press RAFCE, okay, to create an empty page. And then we're going to type here empty, okay, empty page, and we're going to save it. Okay, let's check what will happen. As you can see, guys, this becomes an empty page. Maybe one might ask, you have just typed RAFCE and there was a code snippet here. How did you do that? So please come here, and then I think on extensions, and then type here ES7. Okay, ES7, there is this plugin, ES7 React / Redux, GraphQL, etc. So as you can see, for me, I've already installed it. It's asking me to disable it or uninstall. So please install this. It's going to help you with those shortcuts. So I think we have managed to some sort of boot up a Next.js project, and we are done for now. I am Matthew Msingathi. I am a designer and a developer from South Africa. I'm the double-edged sword that makes me a hybrid. Thank you so much for making it this far. If this information is valuable and it's helping you, please don't forget to leave a review. Thank you so much. See you on the next one.